We're just gonna talk about it. Just do our predictions.
You know what I predict? I predict that they're gonna be mad buddy on this.
Wait, are we not gonna intro this?
I want to, but
let's go.
You can tell she doesn't do this often.
It's been a while. I'm rusty.
All right, let's go. Welcome to Late Breakfast. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Class Regg. What's up?
All right, guys, we're gonna get straight into this topic. Brandy versus Monica predictions. Next Monday? The 7th?
Yeah, first.
No, the 1st. I'm sorry. September.
Switch over to Mondays.
It's on the 1st, I think.
Huh? September 1st. Okay, yeah, there you go. September 1st. Brandy versus Monica. Finally, we are going to get the verses that, a lot of us have been asking for. And I forgot that Makai was in this video. Wow, okay. So, yeah. So, we what's your early predictions? How y'all think it's going to go?
Well, I predict that they're going to be friendly as fuck. I predict that we're waiting for Caddy and they're going to be like in a fucking good mood, just happy to be here type shit. I predict that Monica might do a couple little like jabs because it's Gunica. And I predict that, I don't know, I can't predict the fucking winner. You don't understand, like, that's my era of growing up with the two songstresses. So, like, I don't know who to choose as a winner. I think that I've always leaned more towards Brandy when I was a lot younger, but as I got a lot older, I leaned more towards Monica. So I'm going to let y'all choose who you think the winner's going to be, but I do think it's going to be way more of a vibe. Like, I think people want it to be catty because of the history of the bullshit, and I think it's going to be they're going to have fun with it.
Well, I think it's not going to be catty because Brandy knows Monica got the hands, as we've already heard. But I also think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I think this is great for both of them, where they're at in their career. I think it's going to be a time where I think Monica is going to get a lot more recognition that she deserves because I think people are sleeping on her and her catalog. I think because Brandy became more of a household name because of moves like Moesha and other things in her career, good or bad. And, I think because also her family and, that Whitney look was a great look for her. So I think more people may know Brandy, but I think when it comes to it, once they hear the Monica songs, they're going to be like, oh shit, I forgot about that. And oh shit, I forgot about this. And I think it's going to be a lot more closer than people are giving it credit for.
LA, Jesus Christ.
I do think it's going to be close, but I have Brandy winning this. I think I've always thought of Brandy as just like her vocal ability has just always been amazing to me. So like, and then her catalog, Never Say Never, the first album, Aphrodisiac,
Full Moon.
Like her albums are insane. Like Monica has very, very strong singles, but I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily name check her discography. Like they name check the singles that she has, and that could be really big for this verses. I just don't. When I think of Monica, I don't think of full bodies of work. I think of songs here and there. And I love Monica.
But I think that's part of what we're going in the verses. We have to realize going in the verses. It's just like
I wasn't saying that, and I wasn't saying that from a verses perspective. I was just saying like at both of them as artists is what I was breaking down that verse. But when it comes to the verses, I think Brandy is gonna shine because first of all, do you guys think they're gonna perform "Boy Is Mine" at the end together?
Can I share my prediction?
What?
If I'm Brandy, I'm playing that shit first. That's my first record. So you can't use it.
I think they're gonna perform it at the end.
Why can't she use it?
Yeah.
Why can't she use it?
Because it's corny. You can't use it after me.
Why? It worked when Jill Scott used the same one.
That's different.
And let's be honest. How many times were we?
Bro.
Hold on, no. And let's go to it. How many times were we waiting for Jada when Jada was like, "Yo, don't make me play my verse." How ill would it have been if he played his verse? And let's be honest too, Monica cleaned her up on that track.
Nah, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Yes,
the fuck she did.
You see this woman right here, bro?
I think that they're gonna do a lot of features though, because I also feel like on top of that, Brandy has better features. Even like Monica, like Reg said, has like so many fucking good singles versus actual discography. And then on top of that, I can't think of one song that Monica's featured on that I like OD fuck with, but I could think of a couple that Brandy's on top of her discography, on top of her singles.
Brandy can play her part on Daniel Caesar's song and clean shit up.
Brandy could play fucking
sitting on top of the world, top of the world, top
yeah,
of the world,
top of the world. What's the one with? Damn, I was just listening to it today, but the one on with Bring Us Down.
Yo, if Brandy played Mo to the E to the where she is, that's an automatic W because you know you in the
because she's a trash ass human being on that song. She don't want us to remember about the curse.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't even bring that up. But I think it's gonna be overall. This shit is gonna be really, really fucking dope, and I can't wait. Seeing them perform. So I was watching all the LA is killing me. I was watching all the old footage of Brandy and Monica just back then, and I remember them performing at the VMAs and then getting the backstory on that about like how it went down backstage before they hit the stage. Did y'all ever hear about that? And how
but she slapped the shit out of her.
Like Monica hit her in the face.
Monica apparently snuffed her.
And then she went on stage and she still outsang Monica after getting hit in the face.
What else she gonna do? She ain't fighting back. What was her other option at that point?
I'm just saying.
That was singing out of pure anger.
The emotions were there. They came out. She had no other choice.
It was showmanship, man. That shit.
That what you calling it? Is that what you call it?
And I just think on top of that, to go back to how Mena said in the beginning, how they aren't going to be catty. They're not, because they know that the audience is expecting some type of cattiness. So they're about to put on the best act. What I do want to see is how this layout is going to look, because they're going to be at
Tyler Perry Studios. Yeah.
I want to see
live from Tyler Perry Studios.
I want to see what that looks. I went to Tyler Perry's page to see if he has said anything about it. Nothing. He hasn't said anything yet. So I want to see what that layout is.
Can you imagine Brandy drops Impossible with Whitney Houston? What am I going to do?
Imagine they're just walking through sets of various Tyler Perry movies or various movies that were shot on set. Like it's all the Medea movies and stuff in the background and like fucking.
I don't need this in my life. Let's not do this. Because that last Tyler Perry movie we got during quarantine was terrible.
Oh, you a different type of
the last how many? Yeah, so you actively watch Tyler Perry movies?
No. I watched the plays. I loved the plays as a kid, but the movies are god awful. Except for the one with Ruby Dee. I love that.
Y'all think that Monica's gonna shout out like the C Murder thing or something at that?
Absolutely. Oh, she's definitely shouting out C Murder.
She's
gonna have Kim K's.
I'm trying to figure where the plot twists are gonna come from, because they're not about to duke it out. So like, I want to know what's gonna be.
Actually, I think it'd be really smart and funny.
First of all, Monica don't want that smoke, because Randy will go put the keys in the ignition and end that. So we don't want them kind of problems. But you're right. You did I say something wrong? Where's the lie? But
So how do you guys have this ranked? For me, I initially went 13-7, Brandy. But
because you already made a list?
Huh?
You already made like a list?
I'm like songs here, if I had to pick songs. I make lists for all the verses.
You're like, yeah, I was just like, guessing.
I got Monica winning, personally.
The other night, me and Regg went through it. I personally got Monica winning 11-9.
I agree with Danny, 11-9.
Yeah, same.
Nah. I don't know, man.
No, I think it's gonna be a lot closer than that. Even if Monica wins, it's going to be a lot closer than that.
11-9
how else close can it get? It's 11-9, just one to win.
11-9 is as close as 11-9 is 10.
The math is there.
Oh, because it's 20 songs. Okay, my bad. I was like, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I'm also answering work emails while we talk. So
you know, Brandy. You say Brandy is winning.
Man, I was just waiting for y'all to say it, man.
Brandy's winning. Brandy's winning, but I'm about to fucking rock out to shit that I don't even remember Monica did, but Brandy's winning.
Brandy, listen. I hate these verses because it makes me sound like I don't like the other person. I love Monica. Monica got some jams, bro. Brandy is just so like. Are they singing these records live? If that's the case, if they're singing, if they're performing like what we're used to now, just that off alone, Brandy might win.
See, now I do agree with the fact that I think Brandy has a better voice. However, I've always found the content in Monica's music better.
Yo, let me tell you something. I would purposely wait for a woman to break my heart so I could play this album.
That sounds like some sucker shit.
I saw Brandy perform Full Moon live, and that shit was just chef's.
Oh, I was with you. We were South by Southwest.
Yeah, that's the day you was wilding and you was about to beat up that white boy.
He had it coming.
Yeah.
Like, what does Monica have anything for Have You Ever?
Yeah, she does. She has For You.
Are you serious?
I will. That's a good one, yeah.
Yo, are you serious?
That's why, you see, I also have the Space Jam soundtrack. Hold on.
So gone.
I
don't take it personal.
I just think, so this is how
I love you so much. And speaking of features, there's 2 features we left out of it. She could go with that Keisha Cole feature, and she could go with that fucking the 2 Chainz burglar bars.
She better not play that too.
That's not gonna happen, Danny.
Yeah, don't do that.
We're talking to bars.
Good try, Danny. Good try, bro.
Let's be realistic. They have to go for an audience that don't necessarily know their shit too, and they have to go for more modern.
She's gonna play them franchise boys every time the beat drop. That's gonna get played.
You better not play that either. You could tell Monica didn't want that fucking song. JD.
With that, but with these verses, it's all about song selection and song timing. So
yeah.
So
wait, who do you think goes first though? Because that leaves everything in the hands of number 2.
Taurian knows how I feel about who goes first. I feel like whoever is more than likely is going to win should go first to make it a fair advantage.
Imagine they flip a coin or some shit.
Well, if you go on paper, Monica has actually more charting records and more top number 1 records.
Yeah, but that doesn't count, bro.
That doesn't count. Stop it. It counts. That has to count a little bit.
That has to do with what Regg said. Like, Monica has really strong singles.
Monica has
but that's what wins versus. That's what wins versus.
Not what I think. Wait. Although singles do win versus, I think that when you're dealing with artists from that long ago, from the 90s, people love nostalgia. So we're gonna get like a deep cut that people are gonna be like, "Oh shit, I forgot about that song," and start going crazy for. That might not have been a single.
But I think Monica has better beat cut music.
Okay.
Just off of number 1.
Wait, whoa.
Bro, Monica's the content of Monica's music to me has always been better than Brandy's. Brandy is amazing. I'm not trying to take away from her at any point, but
better
for me, the better content in music, words, what she has written, what she's singing is better. I think Brandy just has a better voice.
Okay, whatever. That's a matter of preference. I'm not going to argue that. That's a matter of preference. If that's what you resonate with more.
Against a lot of Monica songs. You could put
what was the first part?
Against a lot of Monica songs.
You keep dipping in and out when you say that. I couldn't hear it.
You can put Almost Doesn't Count by Brandy against a lot of Monica songs and win.
Okay. And you could put So Gone against a lot of Brandy songs.
Listen, man, the hood fucks with Monica. So I'm going wherever the hood going. And the hood going to go roll with Monica. They're not going to roll with Brandy.
The hood trying to get not the same thing.
Listen, man.
That's not the same thing because the hood also hood men love to fucking
crush
sing and
Brandy
cry.
the same way Wanye Morris crushed Brandy when he dumped her. I'm telling you, this is how it's gonna go.
I mean, okay, but Brandy has a song with Wanye. It's called Broken Hearted, and it's probably gonna get
Hey, stop mentioning Brandy and Wanye because they're gonna die next week. Relax.
Oh my Jesus.
Love killing people with Brandy, boy. Y'all love that shit, don't y'all?
I need you to not.
Y'all know who I'm going for. So y'all don't know about now.
Because you want your safety.
If you don't know,
now you know.
If you want your safety, that's funny.
I will say this though. obviously, Regg, you already said like the boys' mind is going to be 20 and they're going to perform it together. And there's going to be some whole kumbaya moment or whatever like that, right? But I do hope that they give a lot of stories throughout.
That would be dope.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping like Brandy like gives stories about being in the studio with Darkchild, or like Monica gives stories about being in the studio with Jermaine Dupri and Johnson Austin and Brian Michael Cox and all of those guys. I hope that like we get those stories throughout it as well. Or like they give us stories like maybe maybe Brandy will be like Aaliyah did background vocals on a song with her or something. I don't know. Like I'm just hoping like cool stuff like that. Like we get like references for things like that.
I'm really looking forward to the playlist that comes after.
Yes.
Like that's gonna be
Very
just it's having one spot. Like, I don't even have to look for it. It's just here, bing bang. I like that.
Yeah. I will say this though, Brandy is the better singer than Monica. I think we all know that, but I just think that Monica has a better song because Monica got a little bit of that, she got a little spunk, got a little spunk.
Spunk, she got a little heartbreak. Yeah.
Monica got little hands.
She sings from a real place, bro.
She got a little spunk, she out here.
Brandy don't?
She murdered out of jail after 2 marriages. She got a little spunk.
Loyalty.
Yeah. Some shit.
Shout out to Shannon Brown.
Nah, no shout out to Shannon Brown.
Not co-signing that.
That was a great Laker, bro.
He was cheating on her, treating her like shit, and he was a drug addict. No, I'm not co-signing that.
Didn't she do like a whole music video where like it's clearly Shannon Brown that they're talking about?
But yeah, she brought another song in like 2012 together.
Yeah, they did. I didn't know about this song that everybody's like, oh, what about the unsung hero? Like a second duet they did that I'm like, where was I? Because I don't remember that shit at all.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm wondering, like, they have to perform every song. Like, they have to. Like, LA, what the fuck?
Does Mekhi Phifer show up?
I hope it leaves a spot.
If Mekhi Phifer shows up with a cigarette in his mouth like he did in the Bobby Brown miniseries, I'll be fucking crying.
The fact that nobody talks about the fact that Mekhi Phifer was fucking with both these women and they live right next door to each other.
Yo, that's ballsy.
I mean, honestly,
you do this every other week.
Like, Brandy was apartment 6, Monica was apartment 7. They were right. Like, that shit was.
Regg,
you know that there are real life stories like that, though, right?
So
that's like real life shit has happened like that.
Yo, that's crazy. That's
Regg, you do this every other week.
You the past 3 times you said it.
I know, and I'm gonna keep saying it, Mr. Bitches. We know your lifestyle.
I can't.
But yeah,
Regg walk up to women like, "What's your lifestyle?" I don't wear lifestyle.
Yo, Rob makes up this fantasy life. I swear. But yeah, that was our predictions. I hope it stays. I hope leading up to this, people don't dig up all the cattiness again. Like,
of course, Regg.
They already have.
Come on,
Regg.
Honestly, I think it'd be even better if they fake play off the cattiness, and if they're fake, like they joke about it, kind of. I think that'd go a lot better for them, and a lot.
I always thought it was
something people don't expect it.
I mean, I know, Regg, earlier you told a story that Dallas Austin told. I just always found it like so far fetched. Like what could they have possibly been fighting about? Like
the top spot.
Well, they were pitted against each other, and people got to remember that they were teenagers. So of course, they were everybody around them, and they're the three. It was the 3 biggest women in music at the time, in Black music, which was Brandy, Monica, and Aaliyah, and we started pitting Brandy and Aaliyah against each other. Like when they, like for instance, the thing that I sent in the chat today when Aaliyah was talking about not accepting the part in Scary Movie because she didn't want to like make fun of Brandy or like portray Brandy in any way. And then it was like more shit too because Aaliyah's the one that kicked it off. Like Aaliyah came out in 93? AJ Not But a Number?
It's crazy because Aaliyah was at least talented, but she was like the most popular in my opinion.
You said who?
Aaliyah was but she was the most like, to me, like the most, the more, she was the bigger star of the 3 to me. She was.
I saw this on the out there. I'm only quoting this, but people say people only love Aaliyah because she died. Do y'all agree with that?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
it's Aaliyah's birthday. I'm not doing this.
You know what I
It's
think?
Not her birthday.
Oh wait, but can I say
No,
something on that?
it's
Because I
actually
think also wait, can I say something on that? Because I think it also responsible what Taurian said to make LA think that. I think also the thing about all these women is that they're incredible artists in their own ways, right? But the thing about Aaliyah is she was genuinely one of those people who people actually like.
Mhm.
And she had this, because of that, when you're a good person, you attract good shit to you, literally. And she had a lot of the best writers and producers behind her who loved her so fucking much that all they did was set her up to succeed.
And she took.
And then,
Nobody was working with Timbaland and Missy.
right, and she took a lot of risks with these. They got to come up together and create a sound, which is why, whether or not she passed has anything to do with like the legacy of it all that music was gonna stand the test of time because it was really good fucking music. And so, of course, people romanticize the fact that when you're really young, it's the same thing with Pop. Like, Pop passed away at a time where he was about to hit his peak, and all he has is just a little bit of music left behind. But everybody always talking about, damn, gone too soon, like he was about to kill it. So I feel like Aaliyah got to a point where she had already proven she had a track record. She was in movies. She had done all this dope music. And so, yes, her passing away left everybody wondering what if. Like, we say that about all our big artists, Biggie, Tupac, everybody. So
Everybody.
I think that's that on that. And then Brandy and Monica, I think, are proof that if Aaliyah would have stayed around too, she still would have been relevant at this time. Because to this day, they all three were in the same class together. And they were all three making, like, relatively in the same areas of music. And they're still powerhouses. Like, people still give
But
up.
Aaliyah's kind of the Drake in that situation, though. Like they all make music, but Aaliyah would be making music. Like she would be making music.
But you're
But
still
we don't know. We can't talk what ifs. We don't know. But we do know that what she did do was enough for us to still remember it. So
How could you even say some
Yeah,
shit like
bro, son.
Rob just be saying shit sometimes. Bro.
You are really
But I
the
love you,
JR
Robert.
Smith
I
of
really fucking
KB,
do.
bro. Like for real, bro.
He's gonna shoot no matter what.
Yo,
that point that LA
We got timeouts.
that they're kind of like putting these people on a different pedestal after they pass away, and you just turned around and did the same thing. You have no proof of that.
yo. This nigga
That's Aaliyah album was pretty epic.
It was amazing. She's good. I mean, she's great. I love Aaliyah. Like but out of the three, she definitely had the weaker voice. I'm not dumb. Randy has the best voice.
But she had the best personality. That was the thing. That's what I meant. That's what I mean. That's why she was so successful.
Yeah.
And she was beating them a little bit. She was like a little bit ahead at a certain time because like doing Romeo Must Die and then the vampire movie and all this other shit, like because people fucked with her. And when you a good person and you attract good shit, you're gonna get good opportunities. So Brandy and Monica might have the better voices, but she was always gonna leave a stamp regardless. Aaliyah
was
And
a sweetheart, man.
shout out to Aaliyah's family for finally releasing or in talks to release the music.
Gun and shout her family out.
They finally let it go, bro. No, you gotta shout out the family. You don't know why they held it back. A lot of people, it could be they've been going through some shit. They've never been able to deal with it. Whatever it was, it's finally being released. So people who haven't been able to hear it for years because they don't know how to work in it, or whatever, people are finally getting it at the end of the day.
I just think the family's a little sus for a lot of different reasons.
Well, either way, they finally let it go. So thank you.
Regg, don't you worry. If something happens to you, I'm gonna tell all your women that you were dealing with them at the same time. I got you, bro. Don't worry about it.
All right. So yeah.
So Rob's not allowed at my funeral. At my funeral.
I feel like all iPhones should detect when you pass away and just wipe all your phone.
Nah.
That would be so amazing. Delete my social media, delete my text, just manually restart my phone the minute
all phones got to go in those lock things that Chappelle has at his shows once you come to my funeral. Off rip. I can have my shit. You guys don't need your shit. Nobody needs to any pictures, nothing.
Nah, you gotta get a picture of my fit because I know it's gonna be fire. Get a picture of my fit.
Niggas should put Rob in a Dickie suit and call it a day, bro.
Just make sure my gray brim is make sure my gray brim is on point, bro. That's it. That's
I mean,
all
I feel like you'll haunt y'all if you do that.
If I don't get a gray brim, I'm gonna be tight, bro. I'm not playing with y'all.
You ain't gonna know,
Rob's
bro.
too lazy to do shit now. Imagine when he's a ghost.
Oh,
I'm like, nah, I ain't coming back from no dead. It's over.
What up, man?
Coming back is slow.
Let's wrap this up. All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm Taurian B.
I'm First Class Regg.
I want to thank you guys for watching this episode. Hopefully Monica wins, but if not, it'll all be in love and everybody wins because it's going to be first.
Hopefully they take all keys at the door.
Well, that's mad shady when you be closing us off with your opinion. Like, we didn't just finish talking all of our opinions.
I mean, well, you know, it was mad shady how everybody was cutting me off when I was trying to do the intro too. So.
Oh my God.